Hey guys, my name is Mitch from Langdon Tactical. Hopefully you've seen some of our other videos talking about the new products that we've recently released for the Beretta 1301 and for the A300 shotguns. What I'm here to talk about today is some of the lessons that we learned from all of that testing and development, specifically regarding maintenance of the shotguns. The first thing that anyone will talk about when the 1301 comes up is, isn't it self-cleaning? And the answer is yes, and also no. And so this is something where this particular shotgun actually is one of our R&D guns, and this shotgun had, I believe, right around 4,000 rounds through it before we started to have issues. But this is rounds that were fired at range days in the desert. We really didn't run into issues until we started using exceptionally inexpensive, exceptionally dirty ammunition. So it wasn't really as much about the power of those shotgun shells. You know, a lot of people will talk about on semi-autos, they are a little bit recoil sensitive. You have to have something that runs a little bit hotter. We didn't find that to be the case with the 1301 in any of our testing. But what we did find is the ammunition that is particularly dirty and deposits a lot of carbon and a lot of lead. What we ran into issues with is actually seizing up the gas piston that sits around the mag tube under the barrel. Because that would continue to deposit a bunch of lead and a bunch of carbon, we wound up in a situation where the actual gas piston that sits in here was basically brazed to the mag tube. So it would cycle the action all the way to the rear. As the bolt would try to go back into battery, the operating rod that's attached to the bolt carrier would hit the piston and get stuck ever so slightly out of battery. And it was really curious because, you could tap on the bolt handle, you could do whatever you want, you were going to get a click on that cartridge. What we recommend you do in order to avoid that issue is, first of all, make sure that you're using reasonable quality ammunition. The higher the quality of your ammo, the better that self-cleaning system is going to function at flushing all of the gunk out of the gas system so it's not locking itself up. Second thing we recommend you do is make sure that you're cleaning about every 1,000 rounds with high quality ammunition, and go into that gas system, clean it out, and make sure everything's coated in a light coat of TW25, just like we recommend for a lot of our other firearms. What that's going to do is it's going to make it harder for the carbon and the lead to deposit itself inside that gas system and basically lock it all up. The second thing that we noticed is actually in the bolt. So because the 1301 has a rotating bolt, it has a cam pin very similar to like an AR-15, if you're familiar with how that system works. And the cam pin, if you take your shotgun apart, if you've shot it a fair amount, you're going to notice that it is peened on one side, on the front edge of that cam pin. Now what we recommend you do is about every 1,000 rounds, take that cam pin out and flip it around. So what that's going to do is it's going to distribute the wear and kind of the abuse onto both sides of that cam pin and prolong the life, prevent it from getting overly peened, and eventually prevent it from breaking. If you keep your gas system cleaned and your cam pin rotated, that is going to significantly extend how long you can continue to use this shotgun before it needs some serious kind of maintenance. Well guys, I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions about how to maintain your 1301, please go to our help center on our website and you can find more information there.